Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Aditya is going to perform a speech from level 3 effective coaching path, and the project title is using descriptive language. The purpose of this particular project is to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title, we need to figure it out from his speech. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. So let me invite our second speaker. Our second speaker is a full stack developer and he is a Scrum Master. So he works with Deutsche Bank. His hobbies include solving programming languages. I would have loved if he said solving riddles, but nonetheless, he also loves to play chess. Please put your hands together for our second speaker, Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya, can you tell me the speech title?
I'll be sharing it in my speech.
Okay, fine.
It's part of the project.
Okay. So Toastmaster Aditya.
Can you spotlight me? The host.
Sergeant Arms, you will need to spotlight the speaker. Or give me host right, co-host rights, I can do that.
Yes, just a moment.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes. So you are on spotlight.
Okay, thanks. Riddle me this. What is it? Few if you have, and the more worth you get. Anyone? Few you have, more worthy you become.
Words.
Friends. Yesterday I saw this movie called Batman, and in that this riddle was used. And the entire movie was about solving riddles. So I completely was hooked to this theme. Presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, area director, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A very good sunny afternoon to all of you. Sandesh, what has been your roll number in school? Roll number. You don't remember?
I don't recall now.
Okay.
So many schools.
Deval.
30.
Okay. Pooja.
15.
15. Paritosh.
Anywhere from late 20s to 30, early 30s.
Okay. Anyone who has been roll number 1? Beena ma'am?
Yes, my surname was Ajinkya before marriage, so I was roll number 1 according to my surname.
Great. So I think Beena ma'am will be able to relate to what I am going to share today. The title of my speech is The Experience of Being Roll Number 1. In my school days, I have always followed this idiom, ladies first, ladies first. Why? Because in my school, there was a ritual of always assigning roll numbers first to girls and then to boys. That's why my roll number was always between 17 and 21. Now, in junior college, my roll number was 70 plus. Now, you remember how it is being a South Indian? Maybe not. There's always a conundrum as to what name should be used to assign a roll number. N for Narayan or A for Aditya. And that is why it was very difficult to assign any roll number to me. Imagine when I had to tell them, I don't have a middle name. Do you know, the passport office was not willing to give me a passport just because I didn't have a middle name. But when it came to engineering, things started changing dramatically. When I was in school, I was never worried about orals and practicals because by the time my turn used to come, the examiners were yearning after all the heavy lunch they used to have of chole bhature, rajma chawal, the sumptuous dal and cheeseburgers. I remember vividly once when an examiner was having a piece of cheese hanging out of his mouth. And when he was yawning, I could also see some chole stuck in his teeth. That was the image I had when examiners used to examine me during orals and practicals. But when it was in engineering, second year, my roll number was 1. And my friend, my childhood friend, who was there with me till engineering, his roll number was 2. Initially, I thought I was sitting on a pedestal, roll number 1, always in demand. But during orals and practicals, it was so challenging. And I'm going to share what exactly it used to be. One such experience. It was orals time, and we both were entering into the room. And the examiners, who generally used to be so laid back, were vigilant, well dressed, tie. I had never seen an examiner with a tie, because I feel post lunch, the neck also used to swell along with the stomach, and that's why they used to remove the tie. But this time the tie was intact, and I could see their mind full of questions, similar to how a gun is loaded with bullets, ready to fire at us. When we entered the room, the atmosphere was suddenly hot. Was it the heat emanating from my body? Or was it the heat emanating from my friend's body? Or was it the heat emanating from the examiner's body? Overall, the temperature was so hot, I was mopping my head with this tissue. When I sat down, they started firing questions left and right. And I was feeling as though I was in a video game where the villains are shooting at us from all ends with their machine guns going rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. It was as though me as a superhero eating all the bullets. And you know how it is in movies? The more bullets are being fired and eaten by superheroes, the more bullets are getting fired at them. And similar thing was happening with us. We were answering all questions and more questions were being fired at us. After 45 minutes of battle, worse than the Russia and Ukraine war which is going on, they finally raised the white flag and said, let the next batch come in. And by the time I was going out, sweat was dripping. But have you ever seen any horror movies? There are some jump scare scenes, right? With background music, figures rising out of nowhere and scaring you. Multiply that multiple times. When we just went out of the classroom, we were swooped upon by all our fellow students. And how the hell did I travel the next 10 to 20 meters? To this day, I have no idea. I was standing in a corner and I was swarmed by these fellow students, just like how ants swarm their prey. And I was wondering what the hell is happening. I told them, please have mercy on us. We just won a battle inside the room. Now don't bring out your machine guns and go again. We are already tired. But they had no mercy because they wanted answers as to what they'll be asked of. And my friends, that's how this ordeal went on and on. And to this day, I always wonder, when will this ordeal end? Because even today, I get nightmares that my exams are coming near and I will be asked questions. What if they defeat me with their guns and roses? Guns and rifles. And I need to be prepared with that. Back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya.